What's up? We're back with more One Piece. This is episodes 520, 521, 522, and 523. 4 episodes in a row, and I'm so looking forward to it. Last time we did just 3 episodes in a row, but 3 episodes post time skip. We're actually in the time skip episodes now, and 3 episodes, it wasn't enough. It wasn't, but I had to only do 3 episodes because of the way I'd scheduled it, but it felt, I finished it and I went, man, I just want to watch more right now. So now it's a couple days later, I'm watching more, I'm excited for it. I will say, you know, I like to give you guys context before I go into these videos on like where I'm at. You might be able to see it in my face. I'm really tired today because I got like 4 or 5 hours sleep. I'd say it was probably closer to 4 than 5 because I had to get up early to do stuff with people. So if my reaction today is less enthused, or sometimes it's really just like I feel the same but my face doesn't show the emotion quite as well, if that happens, you know why. But I'm still really excited to watch these 4 episodes and see how we are continuing with this really fun start to it. I mean, I like the idea of like, hey, there's been a time skip and there's this other gang who are pretending to be the Straw Hats just like fucking about. Like that's a funny idea. I enjoy that because people, that's kind of the problem with this world is we don't have perfect info. Like the audience, the in-world audience, the in-world world at large doesn't really have great information on who exactly the Straw Hats are. I mean, there's like some wanted posters, or a wanted poster basically, and then a bunch of stories, and that's kind of all they have. And a lot of those stories are dipped in propaganda, so they don't really know much about the Straw Hats. And so as far as they can tell, you know, these fake Straw Hats might as well be them, you know, like what's the difference? So I'm looking forward to jumping into it. We're going to do that pretty quickly here, so make sure to support the video. I'm a small channel and I would really appreciate your support, so liking, commenting, subscribing, so that I can keep doing these videos. Make sure to share the video around if you can. If you have other people who are looking for One Piece reactions, say, hey, Gent is the best one. Even if you don't believe that, even if I'm not the best one, even if I'm not your favorite one, that's how you advertise. You gotta be a bit hyperbolic. You gotta tell them, no, Gent is the best One Piece reactor out there. Like king of One Piece reactors. And go tell people that, and then they'll come here and go, I mean, he's fine, but they'll stick around because by that point we've got him. You know, we've chained him in. So yeah, make sure to share it around and go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions as well as early access. You can get the next 16 to 20 episodes on my Patreon account early right now in full-length version. And finally, you can also join my YouTube membership down below if you want to become part of my little pirate crew, and you get 2 videos early, as well as a lot of other great perks, so go check that out. But let's jump into One Piece. This is episode 520, One Piece, woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you're new to this channel, the recap Rubik's is a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal is to beat the recap. Alright, that's how far I got in the cube. Not quite, but got pretty close. Hell yeah, Brooke! Soul King! Announce that it's your last show. You can entertain people with that. Women are literally passing out. My goal is to get to the point where people are passing out when I do the recap Rubik's. Women specifically are passing out while I do it. You gotta drink some calcium as well. Oh my gosh. And these are Straw Hats that think they're gonna be working for Luffy. Jesus. If all goes well. Crazy to think, you know, our name has this kind of pull now. He's got a creepy design. Oh, he's really interesting. So is this Karibo or Koribo? I think it's one of them, right? Oh my god, the tongue sweeping by. Okay, so he's Karibo. Koribo is lizard hair. Karibu is how they pronounce it. I'm probably gonna mispronounce it a few times. You're gonna die, Navy soldier. Oh! Kind of a awesome laugh. I really like it. Oh my god. I wasn't interested in this character when they first showed him, but I think I'm starting to be. Okay, fake Luffy's. Oh my god. What if he actually builds up like a legit crew? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it makes sense why Luffy is such a legend. Oh my god. Are you getting your crew to hunt down the real Straw Hat Luffy, even though you don't realize that's what you're doing? Oh my god, Luffy. Thing that's interesting is this is Luffy's reaction to seeing like two of his best friends after 2 years. It's like, oh, hey guys. Oh no. What the fuck's he gonna do? And the Navy are ready to ambush him on stage? Uh-huh. Are you gonna announce your retirement from music? Or from, you know, this career? Oh. Navy, you're gonna look like the bad guys here. It took you guys 2 years to figure it out. I mean, he's going by the same name. Yeah, he was gonna retire. Oh, he betrayed you, did he? Here at Walmart, we're a family. You can't quit. Aww. Whoa! That's what they're reacting to. I think Franky's design is growing on me. Nice. That's so funny. Robin's so happy. Yes! My girls meeting each other again! You're gonna reset Franky. Nice. Yes! Oh, that's good! His hair! So he can put it back to what it was. Yeah, there are some possible problems. Oh my god. This is gonna be like Hades 2, the second boss in Hades 2. Oh, he's still grateful even though he's betraying him here. Fuck yeah. Everyone's getting the scoop. Yeah, revolt. New world. Kodomo. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're seeing the whole backstory. Don't do it. It's a special song. This is cool. It is great that they actually like made a whole song for it. Oh my god, they're ready to fire. Oh! He's fucked off. He's gone. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah. And he actually does have a backbone. That's one of the few things that he does have. Hell yeah. Okay. So what's happening here? Everyone's so excited to see Luffy. Aww. Oh, it's so exciting! I do like the sheen of the coding. Each episode is just hyping me up more and more. It just keeps going like, hey, you should be really excited, because it just feels like this, like, I really like that it feels like the start of a journey again. You know, like there's something special about the start of what you know is going to be a major journey, and for them to do that, like get that twice in One Piece. You get it at the very start of the show, and now that you're fully attached to the characters, they give you that feeling again, is really, really special. It's hard to pull off, but I think what makes it work, it's not just because they're saying it's a new journey, and it's not just because there was a time skip necessarily, but it's because of how much loss we just suffered. Like, that is what makes this, I think, work. And I don't just mean losing Ace. I mean, like, how much, you know, how much time we was spent apart, how we didn't get to see all the Straw Hats interacting for a long time in this show. Obviously, Ace's death as well. How long it's been since we've had, like, a full crew get together, you know? Like, you know, us going on an adventure again. And I think, yeah, just generally, like, how much Luffy has been losing fights. Like, all of them, but mostly Luffy has been losing fights lately. It makes me feel like, you know, now that they've trained up for 2 years and we're back together, they're allowing us to feel like, you know, the excitement of, okay, we're going into a harder place, but our characters are now much, much stronger than we know them to be. So it feels like a special new journey. It feels like the start of a journey where, at the start of a journey, they generally show you the character a little bit, and so you kind of know their potential, but you don't really know the extent of it. And that's always what it feels like at the start of a show. This is doing that again, where it's like, we know their potential, but we don't know the extent of how much stronger they are. I don't know how strong Luffy's haki is. We know it's strong, at least, you know, he has control over it. But I wonder how strong it is. Who can he go toe-to-toe with right now? And that's the same with everyone. How much more powerful are all these characters? It would be cool if we got some sort of, like, barometer. Not like an actual, like, I don't need someone to say, oh, you're this much stronger or whatever, but I would like for them to introduce something that we'd struggled with in the past. This is a classic, like, game development technique, you know, like you give someone something that they used to find difficult, you give it to them again, and then they realize, like, how far they've come. It's a really effective tool, right? So you start the game, you know, let's say you're playing D&D. You start the campaign, you're facing, you know, 3 goblins or whatever, and you're all level 1. It might actually be a kind of tough battle, and one of you might almost die, even though, you know, they're just fucking goblins, but you're so weak and you're new to the game and everything. So maybe one of you will die, maybe you'll almost die, might get close. So that'll happen. But then, you know, just 2 or 3 levels later, you make them face 3 goblins again, and then they'll destroy them, and they'll be like, oh my god, that was so easy. How is that so easy, you know? But then you make them face something else, you know, some demon dog or whatever, and the demon dog's really fucking strong, and they don't quite stand a chance, and they just barely lose the battle or whatever. But they go and level up for a while, and then later you have the demon dog come back, and they'll be like, oh shit, the demon dog's back. But then they'll fight it, and it's like, oh no, we destroyed this guy. Like, that was so easy. So I wanna get that. I wanna see something like that coming up in this saga at some point. Is like, it doesn't even necessarily need to be in this saga, but I feel like this is a good time to do it. You introduce something like, I mean, this won't happen. This will not happen, but as an example, Arlong, like, Arlong in, like, because we're going to Fishman Island, that's kind of why I say Arlong, right? If Arlong was in the saga, and he was doing some bullshit, and he just, like, picked a fight with Luffy, like, right away, and Luffy just demolishes him, like, absolutely destroys him. Arlong, someone who took, like, I don't remember how long, but it felt like 8 episodes or something to beat. Like, that's around how long it felt. For Luffy vs. Arlong was, like, a lot of time, you know, and he was, like, the major boss of the first saga. So, so for that to come back, and if we were to fight him again and show that we just demolish him at this point, like, it would be cool to, even if they had, like, Arlong come up and Nami just beats the shit out of him, you know, like, just to show that, like, even our arguably weakest fighter on the crew will still body him, because we've all, as a crew, gotten that much stronger. I don't think Nami could body him, because I don't know, but that's the beauty of this time skip. I don't know how much Nami's leveled up. I imagine she's, you know, mostly leveled up her navigation and her weather stuff, but she fights with the weather, so she could beat him. I don't know, you know. But yeah, anyway, we'll see about that. And Brook is I like the song that Brook did in this episode. That was nice. It's just a nice, fun thing when shows do that, when they just have, like, a full song in the episode, because that takes a lot of effort to make an actual song and make it sound good and fit into the show. So yeah, that was really cool. Okay, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 521 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Okay, that's the cube complete. Ta-da! Oh, don't look. Was that Luffy and Ace on the screen just there? Oda, you know Ace is dead, right? He's so used to not killing characters, he forgot he killed Ace. He'll be the same personality-wise, but you're gonna notice a difference in strength. No, he's always gonna get caught up in trouble. It's Luffy. Yeah, there you go. Nami's hair is so pretty. Yeah, baby. Look at his fucking crown. Oh my god, you two. They're both showing each other some props. I hope your cooking skills have worsened. Man, their rivalry is harder than ever. Uh-huh. And what are you gonna do to him? This would be cool if this is how it's revealed to the world that the real Luffy's back. Oh my god, look at all of these Navy soldiers here just for Luffy. Well, not just for Luffy, obviously. Luffy and all these pirates. My perfect disguise! Oh my god. His design is insane. I kind of love it, actually. He's so creepy. Uh-huh. Oh no. God damn, man. Damn. Whew. I like their setup for Caribou. I don't know if he's gonna be a long-term character or short-term, but I like him. Yep, there's lip service Doty. Oh yeah, I didn't get this. I wasn't able to write this name down before. Gashed Albion. Oh! Oh my gosh. Is he a Logia type fruit? Oh no! Oh, so he's real strong then. What is it? Is it mud? Maybe he's the mud fruit? Doesn't give a shit about loyalty. Oh, Kuma's here. Yep. Oh god. Yeah, well, this is what happens when you fake being Luffy. Surely Caribou's the only one that gets out of this, and Luffy, obviously. Real Luffy. Oh my gosh. Our reputation is getting worse and worse because of these stupid shits. Uh-oh. Sentomaru is gonna fuck you up. Yeah, he knows what Straw Hat looks like. Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god. One hit, you're down. I'm glad you actually figured it out though. Demalo Black. Yeah, sure. Real one's totally dead. I'm impressed that Luffy hasn't caused any real trouble yet. He's actually just been, like, he's grown. He hasn't fucked any of this up. That's true. He can't detect him anymore, right? Oh. Oh shit, he did. He found him. Oh no, the mustache came off. He's back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Oh! I like the music. Putting the OP music here. Oh, this is fun. It's nice seeing just full body Luffy again. Ah, okay. Oh! He's grown so much! His observation haki. Yes! Oh, he doesn't need to get into the crouch pose anymore? Holy shit! Oh! Look how fucking strong he is! Oh my god, because he probably put haki into that punch, huh? Armament haki, yeah! Oh! Holy shit, he's so strong now! This is amazing! Yay! The boys all together. There we go. That's a better reunion reaction. Oh yeah! Oh shit! That's so good! Oh, this is so hype! What a great build-up! Oh. Oh. Is he gonna thank him? That's so great. I love this. Everything about this scene. Fuck yeah! That's I absolutely loved that episode. Now, as context, because I told full length this because I sometimes talk to the people who are doing the full length, watching the full length version. Sometimes while the intro is going on, I'll just like chat, right? And I said during that I actually napped between episode 520 and 521. I took like a 20-minute nap to rejuvenate. I'm so glad I did that before that episode because it woke me right up and got me ready for this, which was such a good episode. And this is what truly made me feel like we're fucking back, baby. Like, oh, that was so good. I love that they chose to put the OP music on that. That's fucking brilliant. And it would like it's pretty perfect. I mean, this is what the 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this is the 5th episode of Timeskip, right? And I feel like that was sort of the perfect way to do this little introduction. That was like the perfect amount of time to do it. Like I have no notes. Like this was really nicely done, you know? That obviously I wanted, like in the last video, I wanted them to just get back together and like to see them all coming together and stuff. But I understood that what the pace they were doing, the pace they were doing it would be the most satisfying. And this episode being sort of like the climax of that, this little tiny, like, I wouldn't be surprised if these 5 episodes were considered like an arc, like a small arc, you know? But I really loved it. Like that was so good to have, especially like have that reveal of Luffy where they still didn't get much, like many full body Luffy colorful shots of him in his whole getup, you know, if any. I don't know if we got any like full body colorful shots of him. And they were constantly like trying to hide most of his body and stuff. So then when that moment hits and he's like revealed to the world, he's like kind of revealed to us as well. And it looks great. Sorry, I heard a sound, but it's a vacuum. It looks great. He's got all that hype behind him, and yeah, just the fact that like this is, you know what? No. Remember what I said last discussion? Like just a little bit ago? For you would have watched that discussion like 15 minutes ago or something. I said I wanted them to have like a barometer to see how far we've come or whatever. What a perfect way to do it. The pacifistas were a perfect way to show that. That was who we stood no chance against before, and Luffy beats him in one hit. I don't need like the weird Arlong thing that I pitched before. Like this was great. That works so well to show like, hey, these motherfuckers who we didn't stand a chance against before and were getting destroyed by, Luffy takes out one of them in one hit. And I like how he goes into second gear just by going second gear and putting his arm out or whatever. It's such a simple thing, but it kind of shows how he's got so much more of a command on it now, where he can go into it much easier than like getting into that like low stance. Even though the low stance is pretty hype, and I do like that low crouch stance because it's like, oh shit, he's getting into second gear. But I think there's gonna be enough hype stuff that like I don't need that to happen every time, you know? So because, you know, the specialness of second gear has worn off a little bit more now, I think we're streamlining it so that we can have more cool stuff. Like maybe at some point soon a 4th gear, maybe, you know, because as I've said many times before, or a few times before in the series, I know what first gear is just him normally. I know what second and third gear is, and I kind of vaguely know what fifth gear looks like because people post it everywhere and there's fan art of it everywhere and stuff. But I know nothing about fourth gear, so I'm really, really interested to see. Like, it's possible that there is no fourth gear. I doubt it. I feel like there would be, but in my head, if I'm forming a theory, it is possible that, like, at some point it's like, where everyone's waiting for a fourth gear, and then he just says, this is fifth gear. Like, I skipped a step because I've become this much more powerful or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like that doesn't work super well, but maybe it would work in the context of a thing. But I really just don't know what it could be. And I keep speculating about it, or just talking about it, because the concept of it sounds really exciting to me. Even though I know nothing about what it could be. And Sentomaru, I want to make sure Sentomaru is actually his name. Yeah, it is. Sentomaru is part of the Navy now, which is cool. I guess I didn't even think about the fact that he technically wasn't before, but now he is. So that's very cool. And yeah, the fake Luffy's name is Damalo Black, and the Caribou, yeah, that's his name. Caribou, has a devil's fruit, and it seems like a Logia fruit. From the looks of it, it was. It looked like mud, or like my initial thought was sand, but obviously we've had sand already, so I don't think it's sand. So my guess is mud, because it looked kind of dirt-like, but also he's known as like wet-haired caribou or whatever, so it would be like he would be wet all the time because he's like muddy. That's my guess. That's my closest guess. But that from the setup they did for that character, he's coming back. He's got to. Like, I feel like they wouldn't make that character such an interesting design and also give him that scene of like, here's a Navy soldier who lied to me. I'm gonna kill him in front of everyone to show how brutal he is and stuff like that. They did some real setup for that character that made him really interesting. So I think we're gonna see more of him, and I'm happy with that. I like that his design, because I thought I didn't at first, or I thought I didn't care about it, but seeing him in motion and seeing and hearing his voice and seeing how it fits in with his personality, like, he's supposed to look creepy and unsettling, and it works very well, and it's super unique and memorable. I'm very excited to see more of him, I think. So anyway, but what I'm really excited for is Luffy to see the rest of the crew now, and I bet that happens next episode, in episode 522. So let's move on to it right about now. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Alright, that's it. And I'd wonder what the time was on that one as well, because I did that one pretty quickly. Okay, don't look! Don't look! Don't listen! Don't hear anything! I like them hiding our eyes like we won't know who that is. Who's this mysterious character? Oh shit. Here we go. Aww. He's come so far. Oh, cool. This is all I need to see. I'm happy with this. Just seeing glimpses of what their training was like and what happened in those 2 years. Awesome. Aww. They bonded in that year and a half they were together. Hell yeah. Oh shit. Oh no you don't, motherfuckers. If any of you cross that line. Nice. Yay. We're gonna see some more Straw Hat fighting. Perina? Wait. She's here? And she's saving them? Give me the updated Perina design. I think I know what it is already. I've got one in my head. Where she's got like a hat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yep. This one. I've never seen it in the actual show. I've seen fan art of it. I really like her design right now. I love that tattoo. Oh my god. She's actually not a real woman right now because she's floating, so she'd be in ghost form. Oh my god, Sanji. Yeah, Chopper's bird. Here comes Brooke. I like how he rolled the R. That's nice. Franky-san. Yeah, kinda. I think they have. Here we go. The full reunion. After how many episodes? Yep, Sanji. It's gonna be your dream traveling on this ship. Oh my god. In these 2 years, they both realize they just want to show cleavage all the time. Luffy's in love with Franky's form. Oh, here we go! Can you just go straight underwater now? That'd be a good time to test this coding. Oh, Hancock! Hell yeah! Nice! Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys don't know her. She's Luffy's wife. Oh my god, where's Sanji? This would destroy Sanji. Yep, here we go. Oh my god. That's kinda legit. Like, I'm not stopping you, but I'm not gonna move for you guys. This is just where I want to be. And I'm a warlord, so what are you gonna do? Oh my god. Sanji's jealousy. Yep, woman only island. Aww. I want Margaret to meet them. We cutting back to Rayleigh. Because... Oh! Holy shit! Oh my god! How'd they get here? Jesus, man. Aw, he's just here. That's nice. It's nice that they have like characters from all their different storylines helping out. Hell yes. Controlling the weather, baby. That's so nice. Aww. Is the Revolutionary Army gonna help then from Robin's storyline? Holy shit. Oh, here we go. This is how you're gonna survive underwater, I imagine. That's so cool. Cool. They don't understand it. Oh my god, we're setting sail! They're just shooting at ghosts. And Perrin is not even doing anything. She's just set the ghosts off and is sitting there. I volunteer. Oh my god, the bird's gonna fuck the ship up. Oh, maybe fuck the sails? Yeah, oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh! Oh my god. He finally does something cool for the first time in 2 episodes and he ruins it immediately. Okay, from Sanji's storyline. I think you could have just had Ivan be here, I reckon. Ivan would have destroyed a lot of these guys. Here we go. Oh, they're doing the Luffy again. You know, I don't mind. If they use it a bunch, I wouldn't mind. I love it. Hell yes. Here we go! We've got into the sky. Now let's go underwater. Amazing. That was a fun episode. That was really good. Yeah, I mean, it's cool how a lot of the different characters from a lot of the different their stories helped them escape, because it does multiple things. One, it like rewards us for like getting to know those characters. 2, it shows that we've got like a lot of new allies now that we didn't have before. And 3, it kind of gives us like a little bit of story on how our characters got here, you know, like that they traveled with these people. So so I think that's very nice. That's very cool. And yeah, I liked Hancock saving the crew. It does remind me, like, especially since, you know, we followed Luffy mostly, right? 90% of the time we were with Luffy. And so we got to know Amazon Lily and the Maiden Island, like the whole Maiden Island and the people on the Maiden Island, and the and we got to know Boa Hancock really well. And so because of that, you know, Boa Hancock feels like such an essential part of this show now, almost. Like she was such a big character for a significant portion of you know, the last saga. So so I just forgot that none of the other Straw Hats had ever seen her, you know, like just they most of them had no idea who she was. And so they see her for the first time, and we get to see their reactions to seeing her for the first time. But most of us didn't actually meet the people from the other storylines. Like, they didn't meet Boa Hancock in the same way that none of them met Heracles, or they didn't meet who am I thinking? I can't remember. I can't remember who I was thinking of. No, because there was someone else that I was thinking that would have been cool for them to meet. Oh yeah, Margaret. They didn't meet Margaret, and they didn't meet the like Sky Wizards. You know, like there's a lot of these characters that would have been interesting to see the Straw Hats meet them, but we don't need it necessarily. I wanted the Straw Hats to meet Margaret just because. I don't know. I feel like there's something about Margaret and Luffy, that like little, short relationship we got there, that was very cute. It's like I don't see Luffy ever being in like a romantic relationship with anyone, right? Like I don't see that being his vibe. But I do, like, if there was anyone that I think would, like, match Luffy's energy and be a good partner for him, I think Margaret actually would, like, and by match his energy, I don't mean be as energetic as him. I mean, like, as a partner, there's, like, a supportiveness to it. And it's like, if this was a different story, Margaret being, like, the Margaret and Luffy storyline would is absolutely, like, almost straight out of a romance thing, right? Like, in the way that it was introduced, with them going from enemies to lovers, with her, being from a place that, forbids men, and then they bond a little bit over time and stuff, and now she really likes him. I like that, but I don't think it works for this show. I don't think that Margaret and Luffy being a thing works at all for this show. But I think it's just fun, like, in another universe to think about that. And that's why I think I wanted Margaret to meet the rest of the Straw Hats, because of that bond that I'd had in my head of her and Luffy, And it's funny because obviously the obvious thought would be Boa Hancock and Luffy, since Boa Hancock was constantly talking about getting married or whatever. But it was like, it's so clear how uninterested Luffy is in that that romantic relationship. But I can kind of see it happening with Margaret if I thought that Luffy would be invested in any sort of romantic relationship, which I don't think he would be. So yeah, I liked that. Looking at my notes, I have one note that just says boobs. I think I was just gonna talk about the fact that Nami and Nico Robin, their cleavage is showing now constantly, and Sanji is the worst he's ever been. So we're in a, my hope is that right now the Sanji jokes are being sort of exaggerated even more because we went so long without Sanji, and Oda just wants to like fuck around with it. But I feel like this is just Sanji now, where it's like 90% of, actually 99% of everything he says or does is him freaking out because there's a woman nearby. It makes his character a little less interesting, or a lot less interesting. Because in this thing, he finally did a thing where he like jumped up and he kicked a cannonball back, and that was sick. And then he immediately gets the blood nose from looking at Nami's boobs. Like, it's just kind of boring, But speaking of simping for women, let me simp for a woman. Let me, do what I was just criticizing Sanji for. Which is, I want to simp over Perona. I really like her outfit. I think she was in the last episode, right? But I didn't. Or was she? Maybe she wasn't. She wasn't in the last episode. I couldn't remember if it was last episode or this episode where we saw her for the first time. But I love her outfit. Her outfit looks awesome. Like that whole black cool dress and the hat and all of that. It looks really cool. And I like that she came here and she saved Zoro. Like, that was really nice, and just continued to fuck with the Navy. That was really good. And then she said, like, I need a new boy toy, which, whoo, yes, please. But whenever I do stuff like that, what I just did, which is like I criticize Sanji's character, and then I go on to simp for people. Sometimes people think they got me. Sometimes they think like, oh, I got you. You simped. You talked about how Sanji's a simp or whatever, and then you went around and simped for people at the same time. There's a big difference there. Firstly, I'm not a character in a show. I'm not being written. So, you know, my own reactions are just my human things. A writer can choose not to include that stuff. Secondly, there's a big difference in me simping over women, as in I really, really like them and talk about why I really like them. A lot of the time also, when I talk about why I like the female characters, I tend not to talk about their looks, which I think is a big thing as well. Like, I'm not going like, oh, I love Nami because she's got massive tits. In fact, I've been advocating for her having smaller boobs. But yeah, that's a big thing as well. It's like the way you talk about it is important. And it's not 90% of my gimmick. It is a big part of my gimmick on this channel. Is, I would say, maybe 30-40% is simping over the women, but then I do other stuff, you know? The problem is Sanji's not doing much other stuff right now. But that's, like, really, genuinely, the only criticism I have of these episodes is Sanji. But kind of everything else is killing it. It's doing really, really well. So let's move on to the next and final episode we're doing in this video, which is episode 523. Here we go. Oh, I was gonna recap Rubik's, but oh, this is a new little intro bit. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. That was a nice little intro bit. Recap Rubik's. Okay, don't look. I didn't get very far at all, really, but that's okay. Wait, what are his hands? Oh, I guess he just has the sleeves over his hands? Is that what that is? Oh my gosh. Come on, tell me what your devil's fruit is. Yeah, he's gonna tell us what it is, surely. Man, he loves burying people. I like his laugh. Mm-hmm. I wonder if our bounty's gonna go up. Yeah, I feel like they'd increase the bounties of all the Straw Hats, right? I'm a fan of you, Shaki. Hmm? Wait, is this Shanks? Oh my gosh. Oh no, that's Roger. What? Huh? Wait. Are you telling me Roger had the Straw Hat originally? What the fuck? If that's true, that's a... Oh my gosh. That's one hell of a twist. Yeah, I'd be worried about that too. But Rayleigh did it right. Oh, that's pretty. I like that, showing the light moving. Not that you have any eyes. Oh. Hey guys. Oh, that was cute. Oh my god, Luffy! Luffy! Don't. Okay. Good. Oh my gosh. It's gonna take Sanji a while to snap out of this. Not being used to seeing real women. Real women, quote unquote. Oh my god. Yeah. You didn't think that through. Oh, it still worked. Does the whole reseal or what? Yeah. Well, maybe this is a chance for him to like... Maybe if they're making it a storyline, he's gonna improve. Oh yeah, the mermaids. It's gonna get really bad with mermaids. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's alright. I mean, we have to deal with this stuff anyway, you know? Yeah, they probably die. Yeah. But we're the fucking Straw Hats. We'll be fine. Guys. You can't do that many holes at once. Aww. Oh, yeah, that's useful. Franky being realistic. Oh? What? Is it something legit or is it a joke? Oh, it might be legit. If they had an ad break between it. The Sunny? Oh my god. I love the little hand! He uses a little hand to press his nose down. That's funny. What is it? Aww. Okay. Kuma. Oh my gosh, he was just sitting outside of it? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, he legit defended it. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, I mean, he didn't let you just die by the Marines. Oh, really? That's why he did it. Whoa. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that we're putting respect on Kuma's name. I'm glad Franky just like sat everyone down and talked to them about that. Made an island. What is that? Oh shit. They're just following behind. Oh, this is interesting. Oh. Oh, you spotted him. Oh no. I do like that this guy's actually threatening though. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh damn. Damn. Man, that episode sped by once again. Whew, good episode though, really good. There's a lot of good stuff. So, what do I want to talk about first? I guess I'll just go in order of my notes. Here's my first note. And here's something, I think I probably brought this up at some point during the show, but I think it's interesting to think about. So the concept of the show is we're looking for the One Piece. And the One Piece, and to look for the One Piece, you know, you venture into the Grand Line and then you go to the New World, etc., right? And you have to get all the way to Raftel, is that the place? And that's where people are presuming that that the One Piece is going to be. Now, the thing about all of this is that like wherever we go, whenever we go to a new place, there's people who've just lived there their whole lives or whatever, right? So even in the New World, I imagine we're not going to be going to empty islands. We're going to be, I imagine, going to more islands with that still have culture and still have stuff going on. I mean, we're about to go to Fishman Island, you know, but even further in, there's going to be even probably other islands that will have their own culture and things going on and crazy shit, right? It's wild to me because that means I feel like Raftel or near Raftel, there's surely people who just live there and have lived there, and they, like, in all this time they haven't gone and found the One Piece, you know? Like, when people say, because I think what triggered this was it said, like, at the start of the episode, no one has explored the whole New World except for Gold Roger. But then I was just thinking, like, but there are still people who live in the New World. So no one's done, like, the whole rounds, right? Like, no one's explored the whole thing. But, except for Gold Roger. But there are still people who, like, live further on down the line. So if this series had started and Luffy was just someone who was born in, like, the island right before Raftel, would it have been possible that this would just be a short series of him, like, training a lot on that island and then sailing to Raftel and then finding the One Piece, you know? You know what I mean? That, like, it feels like for the concept of this show, like, if I was thinking about the concept of the show and I was trying to develop it in my head originally, without knowing anything about it, I would assume that they'd be going to a bunch of islands that were, like, uninhabited except by animals or whatever, but there's, like, no people living on them or the only people that are living on them are ones that had, like, traveled through the ground. You know, kind of like Tower of God. I think Tower of God being on right now in the anime season 2 of the anime coming out right now, does help this idea, right? Because in Tower of God, it's like there's a big tower and you're just trying to climb the tower, right? And they say if you can completely climb the tower, you can achieve whatever you want, right? And so it's like when you get to a new floor of the tower, there are a bunch of people living there, but they're not people who just, like, this is their home or whatever. They're also people who are trying to climb the tower, but some of them just, like, tried to climb further and then they were like, I fucking can't do it. And so they just stop at that floor and they just live there. And that's, like, a big important thing, but they just, like, live on that because that's as far as they got. So if that was the case, you know, everyone that we would come across, like, if One Piece was doing that, everyone we'd come across on future islands would be pirates who traveled to that far and then gave up, and then they just like start a life there. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what my point is here, really. I just want to point it out that it's something I'm kind of thinking about, is the fact that people live in the new world. I was kind of surprised when we got to the Grand Line originally how many people there were just living in the Grand Line, because they had built that up as like oh, this is the most dangerous place ever or whatever. And then we get there and there's places like Alabasta, which, you know, is obviously there's a lot of dangerous shit going on there. But at the same time, it's also just a place where people, regular human beings live, you know. It's not every single person in the Grand Line is incredibly strong. So I wonder how much that applies to the new world now. I'm very curious as we go further to see how that progresses. By the way, Roger had a straw hat. Probably had the straw hat. I mean, Rayleigh said that straw hat looks good on you, which implies it's probably the same straw hat. Now, Shanks had described the straw hat as like the most important thing that he owns, and he gave it to Luffy, right? So, is that why it was so important to him? Like, it's not just because this is my hat, you know? It's because this is Roger's hat? So did Roger do that to Shanks? And then Shanks passed it on then to Luffy? That's like a cool setup. I mean, it's... They keep driving home more and more how similar Roger and Luffy are. But if the straw hat is the through line between those two, that's wild. I liked the rules on how the ship stays underwater, and that, you know, we can do a gum pistol out of the thing, and that's fine, you know. We can just do like a single hole in it, and it'll kind of let it out, and it'll fill the hole once you've pulled your arm out or whatever. But if you do a bunch of holes at once, like teeth biting down on it, or a gum Gatling, then the thing's gonna pop. So that's really cool. I was wondering like how strong it would be, and I'm glad that they straight up, as soon as I was wondering that, Nami's like, okay, I'm gonna explain all the rules of how this works. That's great. It's like a Hunter x Hunter moment where like you start a new arc and then they just sit you down and explain like so much exposition and all the rules of how this works. I really like it. So yeah, I like that. I liked hearing about how Hachi was defending the Sunny, but now Hachi's injured. I don't like hearing that. But Hachi's injured. He's being treated on Fishman Island, but that's good. That means Hachi will likely be in this upcoming arc. And it's crazy that I'm saying that. Like, that I'm going, oh yes, we're going to see more Hachi. Like, I used to really not care about Hachi. I used to not like him. And since the first saobody archipelego arc, I now really love him, and I can't wait to see him again. So he defended the Sunny, and then Kuma defended the Sunny, because Kuma... So the whole thing was, Kuma tells Rayleigh, I'm part of the Revolutionaries Army, I want them to get out of here. He gets rid of all the Straw Hats. Then he goes up to Rayleigh again and says, look, they're about to erase my fucking personality. I'm not going to be me anymore. I'm about to die. So blah, 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 whatever. And then he says to Vegapunk, like, look, I agreed to do all of this, but here's the agreement. You have to program a mission into me, and that mission is to defend the Straw Hats ship. And then he did, and so that he robotically defended the ship. That's fucking wild. That's because I was thinking that, like, when it showed him, like, sitting in front of the ship, I thought that was an awesome moment, but I was like, isn't his personality gone? Like, how is he still doing this? But then they explain, it was programmed into him. That's really well done. And it's super interesting, but it's also a good way to have, like, to go, hey, look how cool Kuma is and how great of an ally he was and how well he fit into the story. And also, next time we come across him, he will still be a villain, and he will straight up be a villain, you know? Like, maybe there's still something we can do, but most likely, he's just straight up a villain now because the Kuma we knew is kind of dead. So it's really cool how they did that, you know, without having to have like a moral flip of a switch from a character going from, oh, I'm your ally, but only this time, Straw Hats, you know, like that's a classic sort of trope where the villain helps him out, but says like, and next time I see you, I'm gonna take you down. But this time, it's like Kuma has no choice in the matter. He actually just bargained as much as he could for that one time to help the Straw Hats out, knowing that next time he would be forced to attack them. Like literally, he would have no choice because he's a robot. It's really cool. Anyway, that is One Piece episodes 520 to 523. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm loving this saga so far. It's really, really fun. I can't wait to watch more. So thank you for watching. Make sure to support the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. And join my YouTube membership down below as well to get 2 videos early. I just want to say a thank you to some people. Sundor, Doki Doki, Franco L, Morove BN, Paul Clark, FCC View, Can Rotary Life, Nithil KS, Revenge Isn't There, Rigby, Ashtosh Verma, Kenneth Lingdo, S. Zellion, Joao Francisco, Sudin Raji, Gerard Soler Garcia, and MF. Thank you all so much for being Straw Hat Pirate, whatever, part of my pirate crew. I really appreciate it. And if you want to join the membership, just click that button down below to join. But thank you so much for joining me this time. I will see you next time. Goodbye.